Good day bakers, today I'm going to show you how to perfectly assemble your cake using one of the most heaviest cake, which is a carrot cake. So I have 4 layers of my carrot cake. I also have cream cheese. Since it's a carrot cake, you definitely need a cream cheese. I have buttercream on my piping bag so that it's easy to pipe the butter. And a turntable with a cake pot. You need a thick cake pot. When using a thin cake pot, it bends under the weight of the cake, causing the cake to sink and smash in the sides. That's why a thicker cake pot is necessary. I'm going to start by leveling my cake. It's sitting on a thin cake pot. So for a first timer, I would not recommend you using a knife. I would recommend you using a cake leveler, which is going to give you perfectly leveled sponge cake. So you need to place your hand on top of your sponge cake and start cutting. If you're cutting a carrot cake, it's gonna be a little bit tough, but if you're cutting soft sponge cake like vanilla cake, it's going to be an easy going. I'll lift up my dome. Now you are left with a perfect level cake. Leveling your cake will ensure that your cake will remain straight when assembling. So I recommend you level your cake all the time. Also, you get equal size layers. Now let's start assembling. I have buttercream in my piping bag, so I'm going to put this on a cake board, just tiny bit. This is the glue between the board and the sponge. When you are decorating, you don't want your cake to be moving around, so we definitely need to put a little bit of glue before you start putting your cake. Now I'm going to put my first layer. Make sure it's on the center of the board. So now I'm going to pipe a butter on the edges of the sponge cake. This is to keep your filling in place so it doesn't spill. Since it's a carrot cake, I'm going to use cream cheese as my filling. So I'm going to put 3 tablespoons. I'm going to spread it around to make sure that it's leveled. Now after leveling, I'm going to take my spatula and just make sure that it's completely straight. So using my spatula to make everything straight, even on the edges. To achieve straight layers of your buttercream and your sponge cake, you need to do this. And now we have a leveled buttercream. I'm going to refrigerate this for like 5 minutes so that the buttercream will set up. When I put another layer on top, it doesn't squish. After refrigerating your cake for like 5 minutes, your buttercream should be set. And now you're able to put your second layer. So now let's put our second layer. And then we're going to repeat the same process 3 times. When you refrigerate your cake in between layers, it's going to take you more time. So you can actually do this to the 3 layers and then refrigerate them at once. And then now you can just assemble them all at once. So we're going to put the last layer. Now our cake is perfectly assembled and neatly stacked. We're going to apply the crumb coating and the final layer on the next video. Hope this helps you. Happy baking!